Good morning, guys. So today I present to you the SR22 G6. I'm here with Pedro Praposo. He's the director of the sales marketing from CIRRUS Aircraft from Europe, Middle East and Africa. Yep. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Commander Pilot, for having us again. It's great to be here and tell you all about the SR22T. Hey, listen, I've got something for you. Here's the keys. Go and open it and let's go have a look.
Oh yes.
So we have here the SR22 Turbo G6 generation. This aircraft is powered by the Continental 550. It's got 315 horsepower, 6-cylinder. It's a nice piece of equipment. It will take you up to flight level 250 and it will do 230 knots of airspeed. The landing gear on this aircraft is a fixed gear. The nose wheel is fully movable. You basically steer with the rudder, and it's got the Barrigan brakes, are high performance brakes, and it also has the tubeless tires, which means you no longer have to look for the crypto mark, and this little window here is conveniently located for you to check the landing gear. So let's talk about the aircraft aerodynamics. In this particular case, the aircraft wing is the cuffed wing, which basically has two sections. The inboard section will stall before the outboard section. That basically gives you flow over the wing to give you aileron effectiveness if you end up doing a stall. So if you look at the wing of the SR22 or 22 Turbo, you will see that there's fuel capacity of 46 US gallons on each wing, that's avgas, and on the inboard section you have the tank for the TKS ice protection fluid, which will take you 4 gallons on each side. This aircraft is also FIKI. FIKI means flight into non-icing. So the leading edge has a perforated surface where you have anti-ice fluid, which will then basically melt any ice that may accumulate in the leading edge of the aircraft. Another very interesting thing about the wing of the SR aircraft is the integration of the lights on the tip of the wing. You have your strobes, your nav lights, you have your presence lights, and they're all integrated in LED, which basically means more reliability and more durability. So another very good thing that the SR22T has is the Yaw Damper. So there's an automatic Yaw Damper system that kicks in at 200 feet AGL, and basically you no longer have to worry about getting the coordination with your feet. It's much more comfortable, much more safe. Of course, it will engage once you're on 200 feet. It will also disengage when you're coming in for final. And there's a servo here on the rudder that actuates and makes that fine coordination for you. The most interesting thing in the aircraft is actually the cockpit and avionics. Commander Pilot, why don't we jump in and let me show you everything about the SR22 Turbo cockpit. So, Commander Pilot, welcome into the cockpit of the SR22 Turbo. You will see there's a similar arrangement with other SR models of the single engine power plant. Basically, you have, this aircraft has two batteries, BAT2, which basically will start the primary flight display. And once you have that, you have also the standby instruments that come alive. You don't hear anything happening, but once you put BAT1, one of the checks we do is we listen to the fan, and the flaps. You can now actuate the flaps. There's the light saying up. Normally we put the flaps down to visually check, like in many other aircraft. We then check for the database expiration. All of these have been up to date. You select your profile if you want. You've got any particular things you like on your setting. It will give you a briefing about seat belts, emergency, smoking, oxygen, and all of that. Basically, you've got your oxygen, your extinguisher here. You've got your egress hammer here under the armrest, and you've got here obviously the caps, which in this case it is now armed. And if you would need to use it at 600 feet or above, you would pull down with 45 pounds force.
The cap stands for?
The Serous Airframe parachute system.
Thank you.
What this does is it basically pulls a cable that ignites a pyrotechnic rocket, which will puncture the fuselage and will extract the parachute. And basically, as you will see here, there's a bunch of cables that run around the plane, and basically it will then deploy the parachute onto a safe landing. There's 2 fuel tanks, left and right, 46 US gallons usable. There's 2 settings of pumps, the boost pump and the high boost prime. The high boost prime, you use it when you're starting the engine, and the boost when you're on climb. You will see that the power lever is a single lever which integrates the engine power and the pitch of the propeller into a single mechanically adjusted movement. And you have your mixture control here, like many other aircraft. The audio panel is very complete. It can do lots of things. You can isolate the pilot from the co-pilot, from the passengers. You can have speaker mode. You can synchronize. You can connect via Bluetooth any devices you have, like your phone, to listen to music or anything like that, and the various combinations you can do. So the Autopilot is a digital autopilot. You've got basically your lateral modes, heading, nav and approach. When you would typically intercept an approach, you would arm the approach button here. If you're flying heading, you would adjust your heading here. And if you're flying on nav if you've got a flight plan introduced, you would be doing that profile for you. And then you have the level button, which basically is if you're disoriented and you're not sure about your aircraft attitude, you get into trouble, you press the level button and it will do straight and level for you.
Other things, so basically it's a very smart system. Let's say I want to put a new frequency. If I push COM, it will highlight the blue button.
I can say that it's where one of the features that CIRRUS stands out. It's all the FMS system here. So you basically have all the QWERTY dashboard, so you can manage to dial everything as you want, and it's almost as similar as an airline aircraft. So basically this is kind of a way for you to start to getting used to jump to the big airplanes, right?
Absolutely, that's a very good point. Our mantra is airline ready pilot, which means if you're going to fly one of these, the next thing you're probably going to fly is something technologically advanced or an airliner. So this is meant for you to train and think about managing your systems, managing your FMS.
It has a digital weight and balance where you can put the fuel, the passengers and the baggage and all of that. And once you've got that, you've got your diagram where you can see if you're in the flight envelope. You would then jump to checklists. All checklists are digital. You've got the engine instrument panel where you have got power, manifold setting, and a range of other things like cylinder head temperatures, turbo temperatures, exhaust gas temperatures, and indications on systems, voltages and currents.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did getting inside this aircrafting and knowing a little bit better and in more detail. On the description below I will leave the website and an email of Pedro in case you want to talk to them or even seeing one of these lovely aircraft. Pedro, thank you. Guys, stay tuned and I'll see you soon.
Thanks very much, Commander Pilot. Come and have a look at our page, CirrusAircraft.com. My email is praposo@CirrusAircraft.com. Follow us on social media, give us likes. Follow Commander Pilot, he's a great guy, you'll enjoy his videos, and the next video about Serous IQ, you're gonna really see how we can use your smartphone to connect with your plane and do all sorts of interesting stuff.
See you guys.
Thank you.